All right, Nick, as we dig a little bit deeper, decompress, look back on our draft notes, more and more late round gems have been popping up to us. And I think it's crazy the value that's gone so deep, even into the fourth round with Romeo Doubs. What do you think about this pick?
Yeah, so the Packers got an ideal fit player here in Doubs. So obviously the Packers traded up to get wide receiver Christian Watson out of North Dakota State in round 2. They went back to the position in round 4 getting Doubs. Here's why I really like this pick. Almost everybody, every analyst in the world right now values Doubs as an extremely successful, prototypical big play threat down the field. He has some other issues we'll go into, but that's what he is. He's a big play guy. That's his MO. So it looks like what the Packers are trying to do is take the Moneyball approach to replacing Davante Adams. And let me explain there for a second. So the scene in the movie, right, they're trying to replace the Oakland Athletics and Moneyball are trying to replace a star player that left in free agency so that they couldn't afford. Sounds similar to Davante Adams. The scouting department there for the Athletics was like, hey, we can't find another Davante Adams in this case for the Packers would be the analogy. So what do? The Billy Bean, the GM for the Oakland A's, says, we can't find another star player, but we can find multiple players to replace that star player for the same price. And so I look back at Christian Watson from North Dakota State and Romeo Doubs now from Nevada. So you got Christian Watson, who's kind of your possession guy, your slant guy, your quick hitch guy, does your dirty work as a receiver. And you got Doubs, who's your big play guy. So I kind of broke down Davante Adams' stats. And it's kind of interesting here. So last season, Adams had 120 catches for 1,550 yards, roughly. The way they're going to probably use Christian Watson with a lot of slants, a lot of in-breaking routes, a lot of possession, middle of field and in, so about 15, 20 yards and in kind of routes. I see him getting about 75 catches, 850 yards. And you throw in Doubs as a big play guy, getting 45 catches with 700 yards. That seems to be kind of their ideal, what the Packers are going to. You add those numbers up, and they're the same between the combination of Doubs and Watson and what Davante Adams gave the Packers last season in terms of production. So I really like this pick. Not just how good Doubs could potentially be, but the role he's going to play with the Packers and pairing him with a guy like Watson, who they got in the second round, to replace Davante Adams, again, in aggregate.
Oh, yeah. And I think Doubs is up to the task. In Nevada's offense, he was Carson Strong's top target all throughout the season. The last 2 years, he totaled over 1,000 receiving yards, both of the last 2 years, and even got almost 700 yards in 2019. But like you were saying, he's a deep threat. He's been akin to a Marvin Jones type player. In college this past season, he had 12 deep catches for 444 yards. So like you said, indeed a big deep threat type of guy. But the thing about Doubs, like you said, he has some issues. He maybe needs to have a little bit stronger hands, be a little bit better at the catch point. But he's also not like a high burst guy, but one of his big pros is that once he gets moving down the field, he has this really nice release off the corner. And once he gets those legs moving, he can really burn it downfield. Once he gets over the top, you are not catching him. So I think this is a perfect approach. Like you're saying, you've got one guy, does the middle of the field, quick slant, maybe a little bursty, speedier guy off of the start. But then you got this guy that can go over the top, and once he gets going, he is gone. So I really like the Packers' approach here.
Yeah, and you mentioned the fact that Doubs is hard to stop once he gets going, and that's exactly what Aaron Rodgers is used to, because obviously a veteran quarterback with his arm talent, it's all about timing. It's all about knowing where the receiver is going to be. With a guy like Doubs that knows how to get deep and has the ability to keep and maintain his speed and his playmaking ability as he goes down the field, that is huge for Rodgers, and that's why Rodgers is going to really like to use him, and Packers fans should look forward to Doubs having a lot of big plays this season. And again, pairing that with Watson doing the dirty work, 15 yards and in. I think the Packers here, between those two and the rest of the receiving core, obviously bringing in guys like Sammy Watkins, they still have Amari Rodgers, still have Randall Cobb. I think this is a really deep receiving core. And despite what a lot of people are saying, they actually have replaced Adams with these two guys is their plan if it works out. And they also brought in some other guys. This is a really deep receiving core for the Green Bay Packers.